First time we saw it, a dark mass of buildings huddled on the mountain's shoulder, a place they called Heaston Hill. The town was ablaze with electric light that verged on miraculous. But we noticed how strangely the light flickered and how every shadow grew deeper and more suspicious in its presence. That's where Agent Reeg vanished, so that's where we had to go. It was time for us to face the horror at Heaston Hill.
Hello and welcome to Monday night. Almost said Tuesday night. It's been a while. I mean, this is episode 4. Welcome to Monday night, Deadlands on the Iconic Production channel. I am JM the Marshal, and with me is the posse investigating Heaston Hill. Before we get into that, thanks to Pinnacle for the raid. Always good to see you. Hope you guys all enjoyed our pre-show with Lily, who plays the delightfully vengeance-focused Ada. So, we're going to get into our recap, and we're just going to get into the game tonight. So, when we last left off the group, they dealt with creeping shadows in the basement. They discovered the headstone nugget and reburied it, Sister May putting it hopefully to rest at least for a little bit with a impromptu ritual. Leslie dealing with Mammalian, the strange creature that lives in his head, the Manitou that helps power his magic. And the group got some more information about the town of Heaston Hill. And part of that information was the fact that there was one of the residents is a man named Colton Hayes. A man whom Wickers knows intimately. And so Wickers, not waiting for anything else, stalked off toward the bench. Meanwhile, the rest of the group went to the jail, discovered Scarlet, a member of the Ghost Steel gang, who gave them some information about maybe finding members of the Ghost Steel gang as a way for Ada to find her vengeance. All the while, they continue on the hunt for what happened to Agent Reeg. Gray Diva, good to see you tonight. Welcome to the channel. So, when we last left off, the Moonlight had the clouds had parted. The Moonlight revealed a mine entrance, all the paraphernalia of mining around, and a man with a large handlebar mustache putting the draw down on a poor prospector. Said he left something at this claim, something he was back for. Wickers told him he wasn't going to need anything. And the man turned, trying to get the drop on Wickers. So, yes, we have a title. Tonight's episode is What Moonlight Reveals. And the gun pointed at you, Wickers. The arm traveling up the long coat, despite the warmth of the evening, leads to a face burned into your soul. It was a night not too much like this, an image not too much like this. The night that your former life came to an end. When Hayes put a bullet in you and left you, well, he assumed he left you for dead, not realizing what terrors lay on the hunting grounds. So, gun drawn, pointed at you, wavering only slightly despite the visage that you present to this man. Why, James Wickers, as I live and breathe, didn't I kill you once?
Maybe it didn't take.
You know, I didn't believe him when he said you were still walking around. You remember Samuel, how we got them visions? I always thought, well, if that's true, I guess we'll just have to see what the evening takes.
The evening will take nothing. I will take you.
All right, Wickers, you tell me when to stop. shuffling the cards and whether you want me to... All right, you want me to cut or just draw the top?
Yes, cut, please.
All right. Top card going to you.
Yes.
6 of hearts. With our Captain Hayes getting a 5 of spades. So Wickers, the action is to you.
All right. So I'm looking at the sheet here. So with pace being 6, is he within the pace of 6? Would you say?
He is within the pace of 6, and in fact, you can hear Aswati in your head going, "Give in, give it to me, and I will give you the power to end this man."
In response, he says aloud, not meaning to say it aloud.
No, he's mine.
And then he will just leap forward with the supernatural speed that comes from his undead form, and he will just grab him, and he is going to throw this man into one of the mining carts nearby.
All right. Go ahead and give me a fighting roll.
All right. Fighting, not athletics? That's fine. All right. Maybe. All right. That is a 6 on the... 11.
All right. An 11 is 1 raise above his parry of 5. So go ahead and give me, we'll call it a strength plus a d6 damage here. And with a raise, you get an extra d6. Certified Torganic, good to see you, buddy. And John as well. Cheers, wild cards.
Boy, this is going to be fun. See, no, there's that. So that's 10, 6, 5. That would have been 21. Now that makes it 24. And another 10 on top of that makes that 34. 39.
39 points of damage. Well, that's a mighty bit of damage there, Wickers.
Yeah.
However, as you go to throw this guy, I hate to inform you of this. Actually, no, I don't. Hayes is indeed also a wild card, which means he gets the soak just as you do. So this is a vigor check. Every success and raise reducing the number of wounds he takes by 1. Which is how it works for you. You guys have to spend a Benny. And here we go. Oops, sorry about the mic bump, everyone. All right, that's a good start with a pair of boxcars. All right. All right, Wickers, you throw him full into picks, axes, and shovels. And one of them pierces through his leg for a wound. And he kind of rips himself free. And he's got to make a test for shaken. He tries to bring his gun up as quick as he can. We'll see if he can make the test. All right. His gun comes up, and he lets fire with his peacemaker. Wickers. Oh, wait, it's a ranged attack. Never mind.
E-
And my wild card die. 6. All right. Wickers, he hits you square in the chest. And it will be...
I will pay a Benny to soak.
All right, so it is a vigor test for you. And don't forget, everybody, as Wickers pointed out, damage dice blow up. All right. So Wickers, we are at, your toughness is 8, which is that. So we've got, we are up 6. So that's a wound and shaken.
All right, I did roll a 6 on my vigor test.
All right, so you are shaken. You take no wound. The rest of you hear the retort of gunfire and the sound of clattering. Sister May, you and Ada have been tracking along the trail, trying to find it. Leslie, you've been looking at the moon and thinking how lovely Scarlet may look underneath the moonlight.
It's inescapable, her beauty. It is everywhere.
Her beauty
Living
is...
cesspool like this town.
And so I will deal cards out to... We're going to give Wickers and the captain one more round, and then it's up. Then you guys will join. All right? Wickers. 8 of clubs to you. Oh, no. And a joker to... a joker.
It be what it be.
It be what it be. I appreciate that. You can hear your Manitou in your head, pulling, tearing free, promising you power if you would just give in, promising to make you stronger. And we're going to he's going to fan the hammer at you.
Always one of those boys. Well, it's gonna hurt.
I can fire up to 5 additional shots. Each shot is at a -4 penalty. All right, we're gonna see what happens here, because he's scared. You got him scared, Wickers.
Good.
Just where you like
Better
it.
be.
All right, first one's a miss. I'm gonna spend a Benny on that. Oh wait, no. First one's a hit with no raise because of the Joker. You get a +2 to your rolls. Oh, it is versus parry. Thanks, John. What's your parry? Your parry's 5.
5.
All right, so that's 1 hit. That is 1 hit with a raise. Just 1 hit. 1 hit, and the last shot, and he keeps fanning it. But nothing comes out after that. So Wickers, let's see where you are at, my friend.
All right, so how many hits have there been?
There are all 5 hit.
All 5 hit?
He's got
okay.
a D10, and he gets +2 because he's the Joker. I mean, he's not the Joker. He is a Joker. All right, Wickers. So your toughness is 8. The first one shakes you.
Okay.
The second one goes from shaken to wounded.
I will throw another Benny.
Yeah, I'll put a Benny here. Let me get through all of them. The second one, John, if I keep doing shakens, it keeps wounding, correct? Yeah, because it's wounded and shaken. I'm just gonna ask the chat so it keeps rolling. Shaken. That one doesn't do anything. And the last one... Woo! Wickers. My friend.
Yeah?
You are stunned, or you are shaken to start. Alright?
Alright. And I believe that is a...
Then you are wounded. Would you like to soak against that one?
Yes. Yes. So I'm pretty much spending all my bennies right now.
Yeah, John, I did remember the -1 for his wound. And welcome to Tank the Frank. Good to have you here. All right, what'd you get on it, Wickers?
I will roll that now. That is a 4 on the first pertinent roll that I know of.
That means no wound on that one. There is a wound on the next one, and then 2 wounds on the last one.
All right, I'm definitely gonna have to roll for roll for these here. Let's see. That's a 5,
That takes it out.
and then I got an 8, which will go to a 12.
All right, a 12 will reduce it by 2 wounds, so nothing as he fires off the rounds into your chest. You are shaken, however.
All
He
right,
just fanned the
and
hammer and reflexively flicks the cylinder open, hot shells falling to the ground.
oh, he's got a Smith & Wesson. Neat.
What are you doing?
I'm about to bane this man since people are using the Batman stuff going on there in the chat there.
Try and break him?
I'm about to pick this man and I'm gonna try to, by God, break him in half.
All right, give me the
but
fighting roll.
Well, first things first, I believe I need to try to roll out of the shaken.
You do. You need to give me.
That is a 14.
All right, you are not
Thanks
shaken.
to two I had 2 6s on the wild die.
All right, go for it.
Now I'm gonna pick this man up and, by God, try to break him in half.
Does that
is a
mean the rolling does help?
You can have a Benny, Sister May.
Yes, please give her one. But I got a 7.
You got a 7. All right, so that will hit with without a raise. So go ahead and give me a strength plus a D4.
All right. As he picks him up, or grabs him rather, by the shirt first, looks him in the eye, and just screams in his face,
You took everything from me.
that is a total of 12.
Total of 12. Well, I'm going to spend a Benny to try and soak that. Oh, you get to roll your damage. You hit with a raise. Go for it. So you. Oh, that was your total of 12 damage. Never mind. I apologize.
Sorry, that was the 12 damage.
Yep. I'm going to re-roll those dice with another Benny. All right. So, as you break him down, you definitely hear something crack, and he rolls off your knee, and he's doing that wet, heaving noise, like he's just got all of the breath just completely knocked out of him. And he takes a deep, wheezing breath, and you can hear people coming up the hill. All right, Wickers, we're going to start with your initiative card. 9 of clubs. Sister May, 6 of spades. Ada, 3 of spades. We got low rolls this night. Bob, Queen of spades. 4 of diamonds for our Captain Hayes. As the 3 of you come up the hill, you can see the hole in the side of the bench. You can see a large, rotund prospector in nothing but his long underwear, kind of pushed back, and he's got a pick sitting in front of him. And you can see a man in pretty fine-looking clothes, a long duster on the ground, kind of wheezing as he's trying to take a breath in, and he sees you coming up, and he points and says, "Help me! This man is trying to kill me! This thing!" And as Wickers looks back, in the full moonlight, you see the harrowed visage just open. Leslie, Queen of Spades.
So do I get the impression as I'm walking up, does it look like... Yeah, it looks like Wickers is trying to kill him, right? So
It does. It definitely. There is
do I-
no
do I
two
tr-
ways about it.
Yeah, okay.
Wickers is
my thing
trying to
is-
kill him, and will be going next. Just
And we'll be going next. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm balking slightly at just opening fire when I just walked up here. I'm an amiable soul, but I don't want, Wickers, if he's indeed tussling with this man, to go without some kind of boon. So I'm going to go ahead and boost. What should I boost out of character, my guy, so that you can do? Were you hurt at all or no? No.
I have not been hurt at all.
Oh, then never mind.
So
I will
far.
just blast
If
this
you want
dude.
to boost his fighting, that would
I
boost.
mean,
That would make him even stronger in combat.
Oh, well, let's boost with fighting.
All right.
Fighting.
So Bob, go
Um,
ahead and give me your boost roll. So it's a spellcasting test.
Yep. Sorry, I'm flipping between my cheat sheets here.
No, I got you right here. It's a spellcasting test and 2 power points.
2 PowerPoints. Do I start with all of my PowerPoints back again?
Yes.
Or okay, good. I promise I've lost my freaking character sheet. So sorry.
No, that's fine. You got a D6 and your spellcasting is a D8.
Yeah, that's right. All right. So total 5.
That's enough to increase your fighting by 1 die type, Wickers. So what does it look like, Leslie, as you kind of come up into this clearing and raise?
So yeah, if I'm gonna come up, I'm constantly like it's a tick of mine, I guess, that to be playing with my cards, even if I'm walking up. And as I come up, I kind of like hang down, kind of near the face of the guy on the ground, and I fan it's a pick a card, any card, and I whip it at him, and I want it to like hit the chest of Wickers and just bloom into something powerful looking.
Okay.
Kind of playing off my obnoxious card.
If I may, I know exactly how this would work. So as it hits Wickers' chest, it bursts into shadow, and as it coalesces around him, it starts to form almost a Dracula-esque type mantle of power, this cloak made of dark smoke and
I like it.
rage, and you can see the shimmering red of a dark umbrage lightning, this burning rage given manifest.
And I kind of look at my deck and go, didn't realize that was in there. So I'm gonna back off for a second.
Bob and John Doom get a Benny. So,
Oh, hey, cool.
yeah, and by the way, Tank, thanks for joining. And first of all, the Mad Scientist is brilliant. I also hand out bennies to the chat, and if you get a Benny, which you have followed, so enjoy a Benny, you can give it to either one of the wild cards, or you can donate it to one of our dashing villains, if you were to so choose. So,
This man ain't
Wickers,
dashing nowhere.
Wickers, it is your turn.
Standing above this man, he will reach down and just pick him up, and he's going to start walking over to, I'm going to guess that there's like a mine cart nearby.
Oh yeah.
And he starts dragging him, and as he's going, he starts speaking, and you all can hear this plain as day. He's not keeping it a secret at this point.
You know the name of my oldest boy? His name was Jeremiah. And you took him from me. Him, his little brother, and my wife.
And then he will then pick him up, just grab him by the head and turn him to look at him in the eye.
Now, I take what's mine.
And I will proceed to just slam his head directly into the edge of the cart.
Give me the fighting roll. Tank the Frank said praise the Lord and gave you his Benny, so...
That is a 9.
That is a 9. That is a hit with a raise. And I'm going to give you strength plus a d6. Don't forget your extra d6 for the raise.
That is a total of 11.
That's not good for me. So that is another wound. You guys just see blood and hair sticking to the side of the cart every time he brings it down. It's his turn. Poor bastard. He is going to attempt to fight you off, Wickers, and get some space. His hands reaching around, digging in the dirt, the clang of the minecart, the dull minecart, the cries of Bob. Prospector Bob. And his hand grasps on to a shovel, and he just kind of brings it back and tries to stab you in the back with this shovel.
Okay.
Going through those 4 bennies I get for you guys pretty quickly. Oh.
I know what Snake Eyes looks like.
Yeah, it wasn't Snake Eyes, but it was only slightly better. So, Wickers, the shovel hits you in the back.
No, wait, hold up.
To no effect.
John Doom just gave you a Benny to hit.
Ooh. I am planning on having him reload, but his face is currently being minecart. So I will spend that other one to see if I can get just one better roll. Thanks, John. Adding to the chaos here. He hits you this time with the shovel and a raise.
All right. I'm scared.
Certified Torganic gets a Benny. He can't rightly say he's seen a better use of a minecart. Your toughness is 8, so all he does, he catches you in the back of the head, Wickers, and shakes you. You drop him, and he scrambles up and starts thumbing bullets into the chamber. It is now Sister May's turn. Then Ada.
Okay. I am definitely going to go running up the hill, and I know he's angry, but I'm still gonna put my hand on his shoulder and be like, if you kill him, he won't learn nothing.
Is that what you're doing with your turn, Sister May?
Yeah. Gosh, this is so hard because I heard what you said, and my heart is, breaking for your loss. But I also know vengeance isn't going to heal that wound, and so with my other hand, I'm going to reach out to Colonel and give him some healing.
Sister May?
Oh no.
Jam, I would like to point out that Ruthless,
You'll
even
just
at a minor point, if somebody openly aids the source of my ire, they have made themselves a target. Well, here goes my character out the window.
JD, that is one of his hindrances. Are you sure you want to do this?
For clarity's sake,
because one of my hindrances is that I'm pacifist, and if I let him kill him right in front of me, when he is not really able to defend himself at this point.
He is reloading his gun.
Oh, well, golly. Okay, this is a tough one.
I'm gonna leave it up to you. He is using the fact that you have stepped between him and Wickers to thumb 2 more rounds into the chamber.
Okay, then instead of reaching out to heal him, I'm gonna reach out to grab the gun and hold it away.
Ooh, give me a...
Can I do that?
You can. This is Savage
Okay.
Worlds. You can do anything. Give me...
Oh, even better. Oh, can I have my yardstick and wrap him on the knuckles? No.
Yes, so you want to use this as essentially an interaction attack. You are trying to hinder him for doing
Yes.
this. Yes, go ahead and give me a knuckle wrapping roll, which I assume is going to be a fighting roll.
yes.
Oh, that's a 6.
I'm with you, Bob. I'm with you.
So that I rolled a 6 and a 5, so 11, right?
No. Remember, you pick the higher of the two, and if it aces, you blow it up.
Yeah, that's what I said. So
Oh,
I
yes,
rolled
an
a 6
11?
and a 5, and then I rolled a 5 on the 6.
All right. So you have hindered him. You hit his knuckles, and he jerks his hand back, and it's the hand with the gun, and you definitely see some of the bullets fall back, but he tries to snap it in place. He has a penalty on his next action. Ada.
I'm pulling Sister May out of the way because I know what merciless vengeance looks like. I see it in the mirror every day.
Awesome. And just for the professor, yes, this is a delightful game, and you will love it. Having like chatted with you a while about other games, you should definitely check out Savage Worlds and Deadlands. All right, Ada, you spend the whole turn pulling back. Wickers, first card to you. 9 of spades. Could go either way.
I'm sensing a theme.
I know.
That's like the second 9.
Sister May, 2 of hearts. Ada, 7 of hearts. Leslie, 7 of clubs. 9 of diamonds, which means he goes after you, Wickers. Start of the round is to you.
Well, seeing her wrap the knuckles and then Ada going, no, 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 no. Pulling Sister May out of the way in some dark, deep canal of the rage creature that is the Wicker Man. James recognizes that he's happy about this. It's very distant, but he's aware because, this thing is in front of him still. This truly heinous thing, and he's going to... you said there's a bunch of stuff laying around. He's going to pick up an axe. He's going to give it one spin, and then he's going to go to bring it down on this man's neck.
Go ahead and give me the roll.
Okay, so this is... Jenny, oh God. Come here. An escapee. All right, that is an 11.
That hits with a raise. D6 plus your strength.
Okay. Okay. So then it's with the raise. So that is 16 points of damage there.
Last Benny in my pool. Either for him or for enemy wildcards tonight. Or for enemies tonight. You did 16?
Yes.
11. That's 2 wounds. And I soaked 1. Hayes's head goes flying and disappears off into the dark. You definitely hear the sound of it hitting things on the far side of the trail as it rolls down into darkness. Hayes drops and Bob.
And then...
What the hell?
Shortly before, not to take away from that, but it just with that sense of primal ecstasy and rage, Wickers lets out his own loud yell of
like Bob has pushed back, like there are like furrows in the dirt as he is just, his legs are working in tandem, just scraping the topsoil away as he shakes and holds the pick in front of him.
You have nothing to fear, old timer.
Says you? You just wrecked my best minecart and took that man's head off with my second best axe.
pulls out $100, throws it onto the ground in front of him.
Second, I thought the two of you were Heaston's boys. Sons again, looking to raise some hell. Trying to force me out. Can't say that I wouldn't be amiable to it right now.
Put that down before you get yourself hurt, old
He does
man.
reach out his foot, and with his toes, he definitely pulls that $100 bill under him.
Vickers holds up the axe, looks at it.
I'm keeping this.
slides it into his belt.
You've paid for it. Now, unless you have other business here that I am not privy to, I would ask the 4 of you travel back into whatever hell's
Buckles.
Buckles. What do you know about Buckles?
We're looking for him.
He definitely is looking more to Leslie, Ada, and really Sister May for confirmation.
Sister, I'm certain this man needs some comfort. No? He looks troubled.
Far
Well,
more than
I-
troubled. There is a certain odor around him of fear.
I can't say I blame him. I thought you were stronger than that, Wickers. I'm a bit disappointed.
You're disappointed? Think about how he feels. And he points
Well,
to the
dear,
dead
he
body.
doesn't feel anything anymore.
No, he feels one thing. Requiem in odio.
He reaches down and he picks up the $100 bills and puts it under his beard and kind of stuffs it into his onesie. Len Buckles was a good friend of mine. Came to town with a sizable grub stake and no experience. You friends of his?
Maybe.
It's more that we're concerned about his well-being.
Len said that his friends would know how to do that. Points to Wickers, who's making...
I'm only doing it this once.
Looks to everybody else.
Listen, my finances weren't letting me live the dream right then, and he seemed alright, so I let him buy me out on a claim. Tight-lipped regarding his own business, but every man's got his right. Don't know rightly what this means, but... Len was a good egg. But life out here can be full of trials. I think Len just cracked. Holed up in his house for a week or so. Wouldn't answer the door, then one night he just lit out of town. Godspeed, Buckles. He kind of looks at you. You can see that his eyes are still wide. The fear is still there. You're not with Heaston's boys, right?
Yes and no.
I was gonna
No, being more true for most of us.
Listen,
Means to an end. You got nothing to fear from us.
listen. I came back here for supplies and pants. There's some folks nearby who need some help with the ruffians that have been plaguing us. They're causing trouble. I got a little bit of cash left over from Buckles' foundation money, and this also up $100. You four wouldn't be interested in making a little money and helping some of the good folks of Heaston Hill set some things right, would you? I got a powerful fear that they're going to be in need of, well, more aid than I can give them.
This man has no pants. Why would we take his money?
That's a good point, son. A good point. Any God-fearing man would just help people in distress like the good Samaritan. And he goes and he starts pulling up pants.
Oh,
Do I look like a good Samaritan to you?
No, sir, you look like nothing out of the Bible that I can tell.
Best remember that.
Walks over and starts rifling through the things, taking the gun that Hayes had.
He points to you, Ada. What about you, man? Would you be willing to help out a couple of people from the town?
Are they gang members?
Oh, no. I don't. Buckles and I didn't. Well, that's not entirely true. I tried to stay out from all of the outlaws, but Buckles had a run-in with the Ghost Steel gang. Some people in town have been saying the Ghost Steel are the ones who put him down in the ground, but I don't think that's true. They always had more of a working relationship, if you will.
If I'm not helping out gang members, then I'm open to providing the assistance.
Well, he gets his pants on and he picks up the pick and he picks up a stick of dynamite. All right, well, I was going there to help when Hayes jumped me. We should hurry. And for an old timer who definitely enjoys cowboy breakfast, he heads off down the trail. He doesn't even look back, leaving the four of you kind of there.
Does he only have
He has pants.
the pickaxe and the dynamite and, of course, his pants?
Is
that
he
all
a
he
pickaxe,
has?
Dynamite, his pants, and his long underwear on.
Wait, old timer. Pulls out the Colt Thunderer, takes it off all the stuff, gets the ammunition for it, puts it in its own little belt, walks over to him, hands it to him. More problems are solved with iron than pickaxes.
He belts it on. Pickaxes and long johns, the worst version of D&D, is worth a penny, Professor. Do you guys follow
I don't
after?
believe that one moment.
All right, Bob goes racing off down the hill.
Is he heading towards the north?
He's heading. No, he's actually heading kind of off a side trail.
So are we meant to chase him? Or are we meant to find how to help him help people with his dynamite and new gun? I mean,
Did he say which way Buckles left out of town? Or that he just left?
He said that he just left. You guys didn't have time to ask him any questions. He just went running.
yeah, I was gonna say at
Well-
one point he said, "I don't think the Ghost Steel gang put him in the ground," and so I was like, "Wait, what?" So I don't know if he's alive or dead. Or...
I am more inclined to chase after him so we can actually ask him questions, not. But because I'm trying to stay on mission here.
Mm-hmm.
I am a missionary.
Ooh, but
And he did mention the Good Samaritan, so he's a Bible-fearing man. I say we tear off after him because if we're meant to help, this guy's about to go do something foolhardy. And I kind of feel bad. Shall we? I don't know how that works.
And I also hate leaving, dead bodies unburied. It's just very unsettling.
There is a mine. You could just
Leave him for the crows.
throw him in the.
He earned this.
It's a very large mine behind us. He deserves little more.
Didn't he say he has? No, you wouldn't have been around to hear that. Wickers is going to walk into the mine, remembering that Hayes said, "There's something in there I need."
the mine goes pretty far down into the side of the bench.
Seeing as that it goes that far, he's like, "Now, let's go keep the old man alive." Idiot.
Yeah, that I'd be chasing after him.
All right, as you guys catch up, you can see that finally you can start to hear voices in the air, as if you hear a couple of more reports of gunshots, and Bob is kind of waves you down and puts his finger to his lips, and you can see he's got the Colt in one hand now, and the dynamite in the other, with a about a 8-inch fuse. And as you kind of look through the brush, you can see that there's another small clearing here and another small mining operation. There are 3 miners standing in front of their claim with shovels and pickaxes, kind of brandished defiantly against 6 men on horseback.
Is
And
one of them Max?
And as you walk up, you can hear the guy in the front goes, "You ain't got no cause to harass us, Max Heaston. Cause that's what it is, harassment, plain and simple. Our claims in order at the assay's office. If you got a problem, I say you take it to them." Max yanks his Colt and points it at the guy in front, and you could hear the cries of children from inside the sheds.
No.
No.
Mayor, you just
Vickers,
Oh,
Vickers,
I'm
empty
jogging.
head, instantly moving, puts himself right in front of the miner that's being pointed at, and he looks at.
So it's a cross. You'd have to go from behind the horses and come around.
Fair enough.
Okay, so
Continue,
Wickers is
sir.
running in. May, are you saying anything, Ada, Leslie?
I'm going to take up, once I see their intent, I'm going to take up position behind, just in case a trinket or something bad can. I want to support, but not going in front.
That's it. Okay.
Not my thing.
Yes. To restart, there are miners and there are miners here as well. Ada, as you see Wickers and May kind of move into the clearing, what are you doing? You can see Leslie's kind of standing back, riffle shuffling his cards.
So we can't really be seen to be in opposition to Max Heaston.
Aside from the fact that Wickers and May are stalking into the field.
Yes, well.
Talking?
Gliding?
Jogging. I
Jogging.
said jogging.
Flying.
Perhaps it's yogging.
With Wickers, it's definitely full tilt sprint because
Yeah.
empty head currently.
Bob
at
is
some
looking
point
at
I'll be
all
going,
of you
"It's
as
just
you
a night."
basically left.
Actually, hold up.
May, what do you
Before I leave,
Hold on, let's let Ada finish. Ada, what are you doing?
Is there a way that I can approach the face off from the side?
Oh yeah, you can draw your rifle and you can kind of stay to the brush and stay hidden.
Yeah.
All right, so Leslie is preparing his deck. May, do you call out anything as you stop you? Okay, I figured you would call out before Wickers did.
Yeah. You, Maxie, darling. I didn't know you were coming out this way.
Oh, and he kind of puts his gun back quickly. Sister May, didn't expect you up here this late at night.
Oh, well, the stars here are so beautiful.
Yeah, I guess they are. God's work and all that. You know what? This is town business.
Oh, is it?
You can again hear some muttering from some of the boys who are like, "No word there was a nun up here. Oh, it's a blessed one. No, grumble.
Wickers is going to take this moment to slowly stop and start stalking right next to the horses, stopping parallel to Max's horse to give off the most effective horse going, nope.
Yeah, the horses start getting real skittish. Sister May.
And then he's going to tilts up.
What did I tell you about throwing your daddy's dick around?
All right, so now we have the problem that May was trying to disarm the situation, and Wickers may have just escalated. May, I need a. What are you trying to say at this point? Because you can see he flushes red, and his hand tightens on the hilt of his gun again.
Goodness. I was going to step closer and lower my voice and say something along the lines of, I'm sure you didn't mean to scare the children, but that's not going to work now, so... I will instead say, I was thinking about holding a prayer service just because the sky is so lovely. Do you boys want to join?
Sister May, I would love a persuasion roll from you. Leslie, you can definitely see Bob is confused,
Right.
and he is holding the fuse like right next to the back of the Colt. Like,
no, I would. The fuse is lit.
no,
Like
no.
it's going to
If he
get lit
fires
from
the gun,
shooting?
it will light
Yeah,
the fuse. Well, it may.
I'm just gonna walk over to him and gently pluck the fuse out of the dynamite. Thank you, thank you. You have no idea what this can do. Trust me. And I kind of put it in my mouth like a weed, and I'm just gonna go back over by where I was. But I would like to trinket up something with respect to Sister May. I would like it to appear like something radiant is happening as she's trying to talk them into some kind of prayer vigil or whatever she's about to do. But I feel like I'm going to wait for her to say something, and I think I can help.
All right. I've got a couple of enhancements that may work on that power modifiers for you, Bob, when you cast that. So, Sister May, what are you're trying to convince them to stand down and hold a prayer vigil.
I got a 6. I'm thinking I might want to spend a Benny.
Tank the Frank did give you that Benny.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think I'm going to spend a Benny to re-roll that.
All right.
Oh, that's another explodey. Oh, that's an explodey. That's an explodey.
Sister May, the technical term here is ace, but
Is it?
it is.
Sorry.
Okay.
So ace plus ace plus ace plus 1.
On a D6?
Yeah.
19.
19, yeah.
I like that much better. Thank you, chat, for the betting. Mwah.
Leslie, what are you doing to kind of...
So she just offered a prayer vigil.
Yeah.
And I'm just these guys probably. I did hear them saying that they were kind of like, you didn't tell me there's a holy one,
Yeah.
rolling up in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I would like to make it appear like she's standing. Maybe a dove. A dove would be amazing if I could just make it
Like a
flutter
glowing
and-
dove as well?
Yes.
All right,
yes,
so
like
this
it's really
will be a trinket roll, and you're going to add a glow, which costs 1 extra power point to it.
okay. Okay, trinket is how many power points?
3. So you're going to spend
Just
4
had
power
it.
points.
4 total. All right, 4 total for the 6.
You got a 6. That succeeds. Sister May,
succeeds.
there is a small dove that just sort of alights on your shoulder and alights on it as it's giving off this glow that is kind of centered on you and kind of illuminating the whole area. And as John
downy
Doom,
feathers
yeah,
kind of fly out as it makes the landing there.
as John Doom says, yeah, you see 4 of the 6, everyone but Max, just sort of slides off their horse and takes their hats off and well, go ahead, sister. And Max just smacks one of them on the side of the head with his reins. Mount up! Sister, we won't interrupt your prayer vigil. And he looks to Wickers. This ain't over, dead man. And he kind of reins his
Before
horses.
you leave, there's always noon.
He kind of, like, you can see a couple of people are looking at him and they go running off. It takes about, like, at this point, everyone wants the prayer vigil. So,
Everybody but Wickers.
Hail Mary, full of grace. We go through the whole thing. Tank the Frank, thank you so much for joining us. It will be on the Iconic Production YouTube tomorrow morning. So I hope you get to you enjoy joining it. Just to help you out, we're about 58 minutes into the broadcast. It was good to have you there. So after it's all over, violence averted, children come rushing out, hugging the miners. The miners have gone white, but join in the Hail Marys, even if 2 of them are Methodists and are sort of stumbling over the words. Ada comes kind of out.
Methodists.
Bob comes out. This here is Tyree Logan. And that there's Myra. and Red Bannister. That over there is Jenny and Tyree's wife and their little ones, Candy and Noon. Glad we got here in time. And Tyree's like, I thought you were going to come back with dynamite. He's like, I got something better. These three and that one. Twice as good as dynamite. Although they did happen to... That's not important at this point. Hey, why don't you let them know what's going on? I'll go make sure that I'll get a pot of coffee on. I think we're all going to need it.
I'm going to hand him his fuse back now that it seems like everybody's chill. I don't have any use for a fuse.
Thank you, son. And he kind of braids it into his beard. Onesie. Yeah, he puts it in his onesie. Logan kind of comes over. I don't know how to repay you.
Answer questions.
Well, that'll do. I'll be honest. Truer words, mister, never been spoken. Max enjoys all the benefits of being in his pappy's shadow, save for being in his pappy's shadow. I think he wants violence is coming to Heaston.
Call it what you will.
Listen, I've got no love for Heaston and his boys, but I'm telling you, this ain't the worst thing we've seen. Bob comes out with like pots or little the blue cups of camp coffee. Kind of starts handing them out. Tell them what you saw. I swear they're real. And Logan looks at him. He's like, nah, I'm just kidding. I think it's a hoax. But listen, I saw that one nearly decapitate a man with a minecart, then decapitate him with an axe. So if anyone's going to buy into it, these are the folks you want to tell. Logan takes his coffee. Fine. Story goes back when this place was founded, they called it Terrytown. Standish Epp, who used to own the Frontier store, was from there, you see. Named it after him was reminding him of his home. Now Terrytown is also famous for... Hell, I feel like an idiot just talking about it. His wife comes and just puts a hand on his shoulder. There's the legend of a headless rider who plagues the roads at night, murdering the innocent. I think it's an evil spirit. Must have followed them out east. Or from out east. Maybe it's just something new. But about a year ago, a band of miners decided they didn't like the Utes around anymore. Killed some of them, and Utes responded as you would expect. Harried them into a place called... And his wife says, Spooky Hollow. That's what we call it. Prospector cooked up a last stand with guns and dynamites, but the Utes got in after dark and captured the miners and lopped off all of their heads one by one. He kind of pauses, and he looks at Wickers. And then he
tilts his hat to try to keep the moonlight off his face as much as possible, not wanting to actually spook this man.
Choked him down a deep hole. The miners came back, you see. Out on the bleakest, blackest nights, they ride out of the hollow, bringing fire and woe. They're unstoppable. And I put 2 slugs in one of them. Didn't even slow him down. Bob says, I think that it's Heaston's boys dressed up, perpetuating the mythology of the East. Logan says, listen, Bob, we can't do anything about Heaston's boys while all of us are too scared about these riders, real or not. Bob looks at you and he's like, listen, I know what you're here for. You want what's in Len's safe. I'll show you where Buckle's safe is if you take care of these headless folks. Or unmask them, or put them in the ground, you may have some problems with them, he points to you, Wickers, seeing as they already are headless. But I'm sure you're a enterprising youth. You can get it all taken care of.
How old are you?
42 this November.
Cute. 53.
Listen, I'll give you everything Len has. But here's the thing. There's lead and there's blood coming to Heaston Hill. And those of us of the Miners Union, we want to stop Heaston from taking our claims. And you've seen how they treat our families. But with these headless riders, most of them are convinced, like Bob is, that this is a hoax to scare us off. They're not willing to risk anything. If you can help us out, then maybe we can tip the balance in the hill. Bob looks at you. I'll even throw in my lucky dynamite. What do you say, boys? And ladies, and whatever you are.
Dead.
Right.
So far, dynamite has been lucky because it hasn't blown anyone up. I will take dynamite.
He hands you a stick of dynamite, Leslie.
Thank you. Many thanks.
He also pulls out his second luckiest fuse.
Excellent, excellent. It's many obligings. Can you point us to the road where headless horsemen do their rounds? We begin there.
It's up some narrow canyons, through some switchbacks up into the Uentas. But I can give you directions.
Thank God, because I have no idea what you're talking about.
All of this makes
Switchback
perfect sense to you, Ada. Being the bounty hunter, like, they give you directions and you're like, yes.
Very helpful.
All right. But the Logans say, listen, if you'd rather do this during the day, we'd be glad to put you up for the night. It's about 2 hours away from here, and switchbacks make it a little difficult for horses. But
You don't want me in the same hole as your children.
And Lickers will stand up and walk away.
We cannot disagree with him. It's actually quite onerous. I'm down to rest. Does it look like they have a decent place to rest, or am I going to be roughing it again? I just got to know where my headspace is.
They have several small cabins here, shacks really. So slightly stepped up from roughing it. They're all willing to like double up in one of the shacks and give you guys the 3.5 of you one shack for the evening.
Excellent. Yeah. Okay. If they haven't cooked yet, I'd like to help prepare a meal because I am deft and good with it. And
Awesome.
If I can't have the best, I will make the best.
All right. So, Bob, you sit down, or Leslie, not Bob. There is a Bob in this game. Leslie, you
There
sit
is a
down
Bob.
to preparing a meal. The rest of you, what are you guys doing while you spend the night here? Like, Sister May, you've just led them in a wonderful prayer vigil. What about the rest of you? Let's start with Ada. Ada, what's the plan here? Like, what are you doing here while everyone's running around, waiting for the wonderful meal that Leslie and Myra and Jenny are making?
I would like to talk to folks and see what they know about the gangs in the area.
Bob has pulled out a pipe and has lit it with a little tinder. He's like,
There's no dynamite, right? Just to be clear.
no, had the one stick left. Gave it to
Okay,
that fine gentleman over there. Well, what do you want to know? I've had most of my interactions with the Ghost Steel gangs, and then he spits. Them sons of bitches. Little Rock irregulars.
Yeah, we're agreed there. What do you know about, where they are in the area? And
I can tell you that Ted really puts the ass in Arkansas.
Sure.
He has come through more times. Len was the one who fought him off last time. I would have, you understand, but Len took care of it. As for where they're at, well, Ghost Steel's not too far from here. They tend to leave the miners alone. Despite what you may have heard, they tend to be pretty decent bunch. Most of them have dealt a pretty hard knocks. I heard Scarlet got nicked, which is a shame. Damn fine woman.
I wouldn't worry too much about Scarlet.
What was that, Ada?
I wouldn't worry too much about Scarlet. She's a smart woman. She knows what she's gonna do.
And that she is. If I were a
Beautiful.
decade younger and maybe 6 inches taller. Anyway, Ghost Steel Gang has always been Benny for Leslie because that is a magnificent top hat.
This is a magnificent hat.
I can put the word out if you need to speak with the Ghost Steel Gang. Again, they're a twitchy bunch because the law is after them. But again, for cattle rustlers, never had much of an issue with them.
I'm not too interested in their activity. I'm more interested in the Little Rock irregulars. I've got a score to settle.
Why aren't you all just full up on vengeance?
Perhaps a little.
Well, I can tell you, they came out west after the Great Rail Wars. That's what they say. I would be careful. The Dodderman twins, they've got one of them velocipedes that they ride around in. But if you're looking for Gunsight, I'm sure I can find someone here who can give you directions. I'd be careful though. Like I said, Gunsight Canyon, they can call it a death trap for nothing. Myra, didn't you used to ride with a fella who went out by Gunsight? I did, till I didn't. Apologies, Myra. After all of this headless stuff, I'm sure it's just Heaston's boys in masks. But I get you what Len has. Myra, you mind giving this fine rider a map to Gunsight? I get you as close as I can. Good luck. If you see that Bronco Porter, you put one in each cheek from me, and I don't care which cheeks they are.
I don't intend to miss, but I'll see what I can do.
All right. A young girl kind of runs up to you, Ada. Do you really shoot that rifle?
Absolutely. I can shoot anything you care to name.
She looks over at... I apologize. I don't know what's going on here. She looks over. Could you shoot my brother? Candy!
Dang, that's dark.
Fine. What about that can over there? There's like a can of coffee grounds sitting on a fence post.
I rack it and shoot it.
Can I be you when I grow up?
With practice.
Wickers, as this is going on, what are you doing? I take it you've stalked towards the edge of the camp.
Wickers has, and he has taken a seat on a rock nearby and is just watching. And as he hears the gunshot and the clink of tin flying through the air, he just looks. And when he hears the, "Can I be you when I want to grow up?" his heart what's left of it just crumbles,
Just
and
a bit.
he just looks down, and under his breath, he will say, "Il mio cuore abita nella sporcizia." And just he'll just sit there. He's just gonna sit there staring up at the moon where nobody can see his face, especially the children, as best as he can
Yeah.
to keep them from seeing something of what he has become, as he has taken what the sister has said. He's aware,
Yeah.
but of course there's always the shadow in the
Oh
back
yeah,
of
the
his
shadow's
mind.
kind of simmering at this point. It's loved what has happened here. And it's whispering, but not to you, Wickers. Never to you right now. Well, Leslie, I don't know where you're from, but you certainly know your way around a camp stove. This might be the finest stew that we've had here at this little shack since we put it up.
Well, I do try. I'm the only person that cares. Look at them. I mean, Sister May, she is devout. She spends time doing the things. I have all the time to make all the amazing around here. So, if amazing, Leslie. If not amazing, most likely Wickers with blood and headlessness. So, no, I truly hope we can enjoy together. We sit together, we say grace, and we enjoy.
I will give Gray Diebuck a Benny for his on-point emoji game. So what brings you here? You don't, you have the sound of a man far from home.
I lost home long time ago when I lost my mother. So now I go wherever I am needed, and I make what I can from life. And much like your disgusting tubers and tough meat, we will make a wonderful meal out of life. And you understand what I am saying? It's perhaps an offensive word. But
One, you get a Benny. Two, she just kind of smiles and she pats your hand. She's like, it is tough when family. Yeah. Well, you are welcome to be a part of this family tonight.
oh, I am honored. I'm honored. This is best night of my entire life, bar none. That's the place.
May, what are you doing?
I'm gonna spend the first part after the prayer meeting,
Which was
like,
a great success.
playing with the children, telling them stories until they go to bed, and then I definitely want to ask Prospect which way Buckles went, like to actually get him to expound upon the information he just dropped and ran like trowel.
Well, here's the thing, sister. Something changed with Buckles. He started getting mighty paranoid. Like to claim that he saw shadowy figures moving after him. About the time that he went up to Yuri and touched base with the Ghost Steel gang. He's going back and forth there for a while and then stopped coming to the claim altogether. I went and visited him in his house once. It was 9 a.m. The man was just stone drunk. Said he couldn't leave the house. Couldn't. As if the house was locked from the inside or something. I just walked right in. He had, listen, I wasn't always the debonair prospector that you see in front of you. We all saw things in the war. Your pal Wickers ain't the first one I saw like him. Probably won't be the last. Dead. A way of changing us. But whatever Wickers saw, whatever Buckles saw, it's either the first time he saw it, or he was tormented by something in that house. Hell, I ain't seen anybody that tormented since. Nah.
No, we must know. This is story time, evening meal, story time about scary people. No?
Well, I had a friend. Who found the biggest nugget of ghost rock you've ever seen. Size of a small babe, maybe two babes. Twins. He had that same look in his eye. Tormented by it. Thing about ghost rock mining, you always want to find just enough, not too much. Buckles had the look of a man who found too much. Found something he didn't like. Saw something he didn't like. Be honest, sister. It's the one thing that gives me pause. I ain't one to take up with. Tall tales from New England. Like the Headless Horseman. The way Logan looks sometimes. He saw something. He saw something. At that point, Jenny goes, "It's time! Dinner is served." And you have a delicious stew, despite it being tubers and meat.
Important question. Is it about, with the bowl that I have,
Yes.
is it about 1 pound, would you say, of meat?
Or, yes, I will allow you to get extra meat. Is it a vodka stew? The chat wants to know, Leslie.
Well, if it's
Inquiring
available.
minds must know.
Well, if it is finest, it would be vodka. However, we are in Wild West where whiskey is,
This is more off. Okay.
is vodka's ugly sister.
All right. Is there anything else you guys want to do here? Okay, Sister May is shaking her head. Go ahead, Sister May.
So, Inspector Bob, what was it the Colonel was trying to get out of your mind?
You can just call me Bob or Malone or Bob Malone. Listen, Hayes was a didn't know too much about Hayes. Yeah, it's not true. Hayes and I both served on the same side of the war. Not in the same regiment or anything, but I knew him, he knew me. He asked me to store some stuff in one of his boys. A little wooden box. About the size of something you might bury a dog in. I shook it a couple of times. Definitely rattled about. It's heavy. But as I was trying to explain to him when your friend Wickers came about, his boy Samuel came up and picked it up about 2 weeks. ago. Man had a powerful need for that box. Powerful. Don't know what's in it, though. Tend not to pull it, mess with other people's accoutrements.
As he has said this, having heard it from just the outside, immediately hearing two things he did not want to hear. First being that Bob served on the same side as Hayes.
Yep.
So the looming game is strong behind him. As on top of that, where?
I took it. I don't know where Samuel's at. Hell, I didn't even think Samuel was in town anymore. Samuel, what's the name of the other guy who toured around with Hayes? Lay Chance? Something like that. Might have been French.
If you'll excuse me.
I don't speak French. The man Samuel had a little je ne sais quoi about him.
Cajun. He was Cajun. From the bayou.
Yeah, it's probably right. I don't know which way they went.
There's no probably about it. I made sure to learn everything I could about the men who took my family from me.
Yeah, but there's a horrible story, Mr. Wickers, and I'll make sure I remember those who have passed on in my prayers tonight.
Just see this look of utter disgust cross his face when he hears about keep them in my prayers. As soon as he hears that, it's just... If a look could curdle everything in this camp.
Yeah.
From the milk in a bottle to the stew itself, the look that crosses his face when he hears these words, this platitude.
It doesn't come off like a platitude. Like, you get the feeling
But
like well, I understand.
I'm
that,
aware.
Yeah.
But to Wickers, anybody that says this doesn't know.
Right.
They couldn't know. How could they?
Leslie, what were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying, out of character, LeChance, Millie LeChance is the one who runs the one restaurant that I cannot freaking like Mountain View, and Buckles sweet on her. So I don't know if there's a connection there. So I'm saying I keep notes.
You do keep notes.
And guess who wasn't there to hear a last name?
He wasn't. Any other questions, Sister May? All right. So the next day dawns. They make you coffee, thick cut bacon, some eggs. Prospector Bob's sets you on the trail. And I'm going to need a survival roll from the one person with survival, and that would be Ada, to follow the directions.
Thank goodness I'm the one with the directions.
You are the directions. It is a tough ride.
I just had my character sheet. There we go. That was a 5.
All right. Ada, you lead the group up through the tracks, moving back and forth, up the switchbacks, high onto a windswept prairie. And about half mile in the distance, you guys can all see this hollow. Looks like a giant of old came through here with an axe and cleaved the mountain in twain, creating this pass between this rise. And Spooky Hollow lives up to its name. Tiny black line moving between the two peaks. You don't see any sunlight seeming to be able to illuminate it. The wind kind of rushes down as you kind of get closer, kind of comes out with an agonized groan. The pine branches kind of whip back and forth. Dust kind of kicks up. You see no signs of life. The trail to ascend up into the hollow looks really rough and really taxing to traverse.
Have sensible shoes.
That's right. You guys heading in? Further up, further in?
Trees are actually quite lovely.
All right. Well, what I need from everyone is you have to scramble over rocks, climb up small breaks in the trail, move about this rocky, tumbled slope. I need everyone to give me an athletics check.
Yay!
I mean, nine.
All right.
Nine.
7.
All right.
I got 2 1s.
Oh.
Oh, Bob.
Leslie!
Brilliant time to. I got a D4, okay? Like,
Oh.
Remember that you have a Benny you could use.
Not on
I
a.
had a
Not
bunch
on
of
snake
bennies I
eyes.
can use.
Really?
I can do that, right? Yes, okay. I'm doing that because
Cannot
I'm
be
not
re-rolled
falling.
even with bennies.
No. Oh, because it's
All right.
snake eyes.
Yeah. So
Oh,
so
take my
Leslie,
Yeah, take the bait.
benny. Yeah.
you manage to stumble
Hmm.
and fall. So you are fatigued. So fatigue until you are able to rest is a -1 to everything that you do. So whenever you roll a die, you will subtract 1 from the die rolls. And your cards go scattering. They fall out of your pack. They almost seem to leap out of your pack. So you spend some time pulling them together. No matter how you riffle them, they just don't feel
Oh, no.
quite right.
No, that's gonna preoccupy me for a while. I'm gonna be bothered by that. I'm gonna count them all. Hopefully they're all there.
Can I cast relief, please? Help him up. I don't know what range smarts mean, but I assume
It's your
that it is
smarts
as
in
wide
yards.
as I am intelligent.
Yes. So for you, the range would be 6. So
Oh.
it would remove 1 fatigue level. Yeah. So go ahead and spend the PowerPoint and give me the faith roll.
Oh.
Six.
All right.
This is-
You don't feel as tired as you once were.
Oh.
As Sister May kind of helps you out, and there's just this radiant smile. And about a half mile up the rocky, tumbled slope is the site of the slaughter Tyree spoke about. Tangled in the vines and the weeds at the base of the canyon are 6 headless skeletons, several rusted and corroded guns, and a spoiled crate of TNT. There's also a gap in the rock with a law that kind of stretches out into the darkness. And despite it being mid-morning, there's sort of this ambient gloom everywhere.
As a nun, do I have the ability to detect spiritual warfare? Is that a thing?
Not inherently, but if you would like to give me a notice roll there, Sister May, let's see what you can find.
Five.
So you see something. There's like just a thick fog in the cleft of this, like swirling fog at the cleft of the rock. And as you look at it, the fog kind of swirls just a bit, and you can see human skulls laid out in this cleft in the rock. And as you notice it, this high warbling scream kind of starts to echo off the canyon walls. The smoke starts to... Professor, you can have a Benny. The fog starts to roil out of the cleft, swirling around your feet. Tendrils kind of licking up your legs.
Does it feel malevolent or unsettled?
On the malevolent scale, it is far closer to Ma and pretty far away from Ben.
Important distinction.
Well, then it feels like this is a prime opportunity to warm up my holy symbol.
All right, you're going to wom up your holy symbol. Go ahead and give me the holy symbol roll. Do you want to add the glow benefit like you did last time for an extra power point?
Does it feel like that would aid anything
You have no...
to glow, or would it be more beneficial to hinder the spirits?
It is dark right now, and the more the fog rolls in, the light starts to drop, and like your available light that you are getting is just kind of the darkness is pressing in.
Then yeah, glow up. Give me a glow up.
Sure would make me feel better.
Ada and Leslie, what are you doing? I'm going to give you each one round to kind of tell me, or tell me one thing you're doing right at this point.
Regretting that I didn't bring the lantern with me.
Hey, for a Benny, you can say you did.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I brought the lantern with me.
And you're going to light it up?
Yep.
Ada holding this lantern alight.
Mm-hmm. I am not into this. It reminds me too much of like what I see when I sleep. So
it does.
Yeah, this is. I'm going to stick close, ostensibly to protect Sister May, but more to be next to the holy symbol. Because without showing too much fear, I'm just going to constantly be shuffling my cards into my hands.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna watch our backs. I assume they're looking ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look behind.
All right, I'll come back to you here in a second. Leslie, no matter how many times you get to count the cards, there's never the right number. And the weird thing is there always seems to be too many. Wickers, what are you doing?
No.
Pulls out his new axe and just then is staying as much in the middle so that he can react to whichever direction he needs to. Basically keyed up to the nth degree to be ready to snap his form wherever it needs to be.
All right. You all hear the sound of horses pawing at the dirt, snorting in the fog. And Ada, you're the first one to see it because you said you were looking back. Spread out in a line, about a quarter mile off, are 6 riders. The wind pulls and tears at their ragged back forms, but it's impossible to see where they end and their horses begin. One detail stands out more than anything else. The fact that they are headless. All of them sort of ignite a brimstony, umberous glow within them. The horses' eyes flare and shoot fire out of their nose. They come charging at you. Ada, do you want me to shuffle, cut, or take the top card?
Cut.
Top card to you?
Yep.
Joker to Ada, right off
Ooh.
the top.
That's great news because one of my benefits takes hold when I have a Joker.
Oh, what does it do? Or do you want to let me know as soon as you take your turn?
Dead shot. Double your ranged damage when your action card is a Joker.
Cool. Cool. Bob,
This is what I did.
King of Clubs. Wickers.
What a
King of Clubs.
Oh, nice.
Wickers. 8 of Spades. Sister May, 8 of Diamonds. And my horsemen go on 3.
Yes.
I'm not saying that I'm disappointed in you guys, horsemen. I'm not angry. Just disappointed. By the
Gotta
way,
be both,
when a
Jan.
player character draws a Joker in combat, all player characters get a Benny.
Oh, snap.
So, Ada,
I'm out of
you
beat.
can interrupt at any point.
Okay. And dead shot.
Yeah, and Deadshot, and you get +2 to the roll, and you get +2 damage. That is then
Right.
doubled with Deadshot. So this
Right.
this is the turn to put something down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Leslie,
I get to go before, or
you get to go first. Ada will tell me
I
when
get to
she's
go first.
interrupting. They are charging. They are closing the distance.
I imagine she like let us know somehow, and
Yes.
So
Like
I
if you
kinda
guys want to
feel-
wait till they get within about 40 feet, 50 feet, so you guys have a good range on them, I will allow that.
Shotgun, Ada, what are you wielding currently? Just for my own edification.
Yeah, shotgun.
All right. So
Rifle.
If
You have
the
a rifle.
You got the
Right,
rifle.
right.
Restar gets a
dang.
Benny for. Nay, they replied.
Nay. We are but
I was hoping you had. Okay,
Man.
so. All right. Now is the time for quick thinking. Which means I really need to put one of these things down, and I'm concerned that attacks coming from, like, say, Ada's weapon won't hurt something that lives in death. So I'd like to go ahead and imbue that weapon. It's going to be the boost that we.
All right, so
typically
Bob,
do.
I got just I was hoping you would do this.
Yes.
You go to get your cards out,
Mm-hmm.
and the hollow fades away.
Mammalian.
Mammalian is sitting
Nothing.
across from you. Did you like the extra cards? I thought we should play again.
You are a cursed. You are just sore loser. Time and again, I come in and I destroy you with my bluffing and my actually great luck, and you have seen fit to taint these cards. Saint Armand curse you.
Your critical failure, you have to deal with the devil this round, and you have the -2 on it. So, good luck. What would you like to do?
Well, I guess we're gonna.
You can go for broke on this, right? Because if
yeah.
you want to, or you can play it safe. This is your choice,
No.
Leslie.
It is broke. The man messed with my cards, and I'm a little bit scared shitless from what's going on all around me. So this is the nightmares come true, right?
It is.
So I get 5 cards like normally people do, like the normal scrubs of the universe.
Yeah. Well,
do,
so
but
first of
then I
all, what
get-
spell are you casting?
Oh yeah, no. It was going to be to imbue, and it's the one that's. Sorry, I will come up with the word. It is not bolt. It is boost lower trait. So I'm hoping that I can.
Well, the
Boost-
one you were doing last time was giving. You gave smite. You picked up the
Yes.
spell.
Oh, because
smite.
I could choose whatever
choose-
stinking spell.
Yeah. Do you want to?
Smiting.
All right.
Yes. Yeah. Let's smite.
I'm not right.
What?
Yeah,
I thought I heard somebody say something. Okay, so yeah, let's smite. Let's do.
Just one smite, Leslie? You don't want to say smite all of your allies' weapons? Now is the time.
You tempt me, but you do tempt me with what I desire to be tempted with. So I will do this. You see, so we will use my cursed deck, and I will beat you with my cursed deck.
All right, so who are you wanting to you can smite, you can cast smite on Ada's rifle, you could cast it on Wicker's weapon, his axe
Yeah.
as well, and Sister May's ruler.
I was gonna say, what can I do for May? So that's three things. Is that a -2 per?
No. So the way it will work is it's 2 points for smite,
Mm-hmm.
2 extra targets. You have brought the power point cost up to 4, so you need to generate at least 4 power points with this roll.
That is
So-
all that I have.
No, you don't have to spend yours. This is all based off the roll. So give me your gambling test.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my god. Okay, I can do this.
So there's a gambling test at -2. And once this round is done, Bob, you don't have the -2 anymore.
Oh, okay. I think like almost everything is a D8 for me. It's pretty good.
Yep, you have a D8 in
Can I
gambling.
re-roll this? It's not a double one.
If it's not a double ones, you can re-roll it. Yes.
Curse it. Okay. 8 explodes.
It does, yeah.
Which I'm really thankful. So 10 total at this point. -2
Is 8, which is still enough for a raise. So Bob, you will get to draw 9 cards. And tell me what your best.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry.
So-
5, 6, 7, 8 cards.
8 cards. Okay,
Yes,
I'll take it.
yeah.
You give me too many cards, this is what happens. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna lean back, way back. The chair tips as I kind of do that whole kick up the corner of the card thing. Best I can do is a pair of aces. It's a pair, but they are aces.
Bob, that is 4 power points. Exactly.
Okay.
So give me your spellcasting roll at -2, and you just need to hit a 4 for this to go off.
Okay, that was an 8
As you come back,
and an 8. And
the
a-
curses, you all hear this curse just erupt and kind of echoes off. Ada, your rifle has smite on it. Sister May, your ruler, and Wickers, your axe. And just so you guys know what that does,
It's 2 to damage.
with the raise, Bob, everyone gets +4 damage
Yes.
for 5 rounds.
5 rounds of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I already
And
had
the smell of
+2 damage.
brimstone. You're
Yeah,
welcome.
you're at +6 damage right now, Ada, with your weapon.
Mm.
Let's do this.
Ada, are you going? If not, it will be Wicker's
So-
turn.
Can I tell who is in the lead here?
They are riding 6 abreast.
I'm gonna let Wickers go first.
All right, Wickers.
Question for Ada. How close are you to Sister May?
So Sister May and Leslie were facing forward, and I backed up against them to guard our backs.
Okay, so you're next to her. Excellent. That's good. Because I'm gonna give Jam an excuse to have a field day as Wickers walks forward and says, "I owe you something, Aswasit." And I'm gonna let the devil out.
You're gonna let the devil out. I have cards for this. So, when you let the devil out, I was not
As
expecting
close to her as you can. Well, I figured we should showcase
No,
all the
I'm
things.
with you. All right. So when you let the devil out, you gotta give me a second to pull up the rules. I was not expecting that. All right. Let the devil out. See page 60. Perfect. So when you let the devil out, you get an extra d6 to all traits and damage for the next 5 rounds. And then I get to draw a card.
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
All right. In that case, then you watch as the hat falls off and the body starts twitching more. And where normally it requires Moonlight, you start to see something not similar, but not the same as crawling up his skin, tearing through the top of his forehead come two horns. And he turns ever so slightly towards everybody. Don't worry. I'll take care of it. And then he will turn around and he's just going to run at them and just start swinging.
All right, you're attacking 1, 2. What's the plan here, Wickers? You got an extra D6
He'll attack twice just to keep it interesting. So
right,
this
so
is -2 to
each.
both rolls.
Yep.
And remind me, let the devil out, that it's D6s to skills as well as
All trait rolls. Yep. So attributes, skills, and damage tests.
So that's a 12 on the first swing. That's including the -2 already.
All right, so it's a hit with a raise.
Right, and then I will go ahead and I'll roll the other to hit real quick. And an 11 on the second one, -2 is 9.
So that's just a hit. So roll the damage for the
Okay.
first and the damage for the second. Don't forget the extra
Okay.
D6 on each and the extra D6 for the raise on the first.
Yep. Oh dear. Me, my oh my. $21 for the first one swing.
Okay.
Did
Then I
this
need
might
to-
affect what you're doing now, or is it because you're?
Oh, my
so-
apologies. I forgot about the +4.
That's
25.
I thought it
Thanks.
was- yeah. Okay, I'm here for you.
I noticed. Thanks, buddy. And then the second one. 14 on the second.
All right. So, as you watch, Wickers comes in with his axe, 2 of them dissolving into smoke. And Sister May, you see a rush of wind, kind of only visible thanks to the mist, that kind of rushes back into the cave where you caught that glimpse of a skull. It is now Sister May's turn, unless Ada is jumping in.
Yep.
Ada, it is your turn.
I will shoot the one. There's 6 abreast, so whichever one is closest
There are
to
now
me.
4 abreast, yes.
4 abreast, whatever.
Yeah. Would you like to take multiple? Oh, yeah. Go ahead. You can take your shot. Go for it.
Yeah, there's only one shot. Do.
You get +2 to the hit and +6 to the damage, and you double the damage.
Oh, I'm gonna re-roll that.
Ooh.
There we go. So that's a 5 for the hit.
A 5 is good enough to hit,
Okay,
but not enough
And-
to get the extra D6 of damage.
that's okay. So my damage is 2d8 -1,
Yep.
Plus 6.
+6,
and then doubled.
and then doubled.
I can do math. That's 9 -1 +6. So 14 times 2 is 28.
Another one. The rifle shot. There's just smoke as it dissipates. Sister May.
I am hiking up my habit and sprinting towards the cleft while humming a really catchy hymn that just came to mind.
Something. Where the
In
grapes of wrath
the
have stored.
Yeah, you know.
All right. What do you do, Sister May? You get there. You kind of work your way. I assume you're heading in with your holy symbol and.
Yes, and I am whacking with my holy ruler of smiting on the skulls.
All right, Sister May. So as
They're
you get
blessed
in
with
there,
the cat meow.
you kind of have to wedge yourself in there. All right, and you can see there is a pile of 6 skulls. Now, these skulls are a little bit tougher than normal, but I would just like you to roll to hit them.
Okay.
4 is the default.
Am I using fighting?
You would be using fighting for this, yes.
Thank you. 5.
So you hit.
I
So
do.
what is the damage on your ruler?
That's a great question.
Have we not established what it is?
It's a D4 plus strength,
All
so
right, plus 2.
plus 4.
Plus 4. My mistake.
I'm paying attention.
You are paying
Is
attention.
this her little fighting stick thing that comes with being a blessed?
I chose mine as a ruler instead of the hickory stick.
But functionality, does it
Yes,
work
it works
as
the exact same way.
hickory stick?
It
Okay,
does.
so that is indeed a strength plus a d4. So your
Do-
strength die plus your.
Do we add these together, or does it?
Yeah,
is
you add,
it
you
just
add this all together and it aces.
11?
11. All right, I would like you to roll a d4 for me, Sister Bay.
3.
All right, you crush 2 of the skulls, and one of the horsemen winks out of existence. However, as it's their turn, you can see the shadows are starting to reform the other 3 that you have put down. The remaining 2 pull out brimstone, and they chuck 1 at Wickers and 1 at Ada. So, Wickers. At aces, or explodies, as we've established earlier. So hits with a raise. Ada, that hits you, but not with a raise. So, Wickers, you will take the extra die of damage. 9 points of damage, which beats your toughness by 1, which just shakes you. And Ada, 8 versus your toughness of 5 just shakes you. Let's see if either of you are on fire. Nope, and no. Neither of you are on fire.
Last thing they want to do is make me more of a pain in the butt.
All right, so we're going to start with Ada again. Ada, Jack of Hearts. Leslie, 5 of Clubs. Wickers, 10 of Spades. Sister May, Jack of Spades. And my Headless Horseman go on 4. I'm fine. However, they do finally reform, but they only reform back up to 5. The 6th one is nowhere to be seen. So our first ones are Ada. Actually, Sister May goes first. Jack of Spades.
Do I have to take an action to reload?
It's a good question off the top of my head. I'm gonna let Sister May go and pull that up here.
I'm hitting it with my Shabankin stick again.
Go for it. Shabonk it.
Shabunky. No, that's a different thing.
No, your weapon does not have the reload on it. The reload trait. Reloading a speed loader, a magazine, or a single bullet like yours is an action, yes.
At 12 damage.
12 damage. Now, hold on, Ada. I'll come back to you in a second. 12 damage? All right. With 12, that's a raise up. So you destroy 2 skulls. And you don't know what's going on, guys, but there are now only 3 of the Headless Horsemen outside. It is now Ada's turn.
So
I'm looking right now. Your Winchester 73. Your Winchester 73 has 15 shots in it, Ada. It just has a rate of fire of
Oh.
1.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, it's a essentially a Henry.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
You can
That's all.
keep firing.
All right. Well, then I do. That's another 5.
All right, roll it.
So I'm still at +6 on my damage, but not doubled anymore.
You are just
right?
on. You are +4 on your damage.
+4 on my
Yeah,
damage.
2d6 plus 3 is essentially what it works out to.
No, mine's 2d8 minus 1.
Right, but
So
2d8 plus 3. Yeah.
All right.
Calculus.
9.
All right. Ada, that doesn't take one out, but it definitely shakes it. Wickers.
I first need to do a spirit roll
Yes, you do.
to recover, which I get +2
Oh,
for
I
because
should've-
of being.
I should have done that too. We're shaken?
Yes. Oh, you were shaking. Give me a
Yes.
spirit roll. Yep, both of you give me that. Thank you.
Well, that there is Snake Eyes.
Oh no.
Wickers, not only do you not shake off, but you've let the devil out. He throws the axe off into the woods, and you hear it hit a tree branch, or a tree trunk, sticking fast. And you throw your head back, and this unholy howl comes out of your throat as you want to tear into these things with your bare hands.
Let's see if I can approximate an unholy howl here. Never.
Ada, did you make yours?
That was a 5.
All right, you're fine.
So I did hit with my shoot.
You did hit with your shoot. Leslie, you are up.
Well, I mean, everybody's gone before me, so nobody needs my help anymore. So it's time to bolt something. I'm gonna bolt something, and I want it to be. It says holy. I can do holy, so I don't know if that helps. But when it says, help me out. Sorry.
Sure.
Range is smarts ×2. I am gonna look at my.
You're gonna look at your
Smarts.
attributes under your huckster, and you have a smarts of a D8. So that's 16
Okay, so
inches, which is
Yeah.
essentially 5 feet an inch. So we're looking at about, you're well within 80 feet.
okay, yeah, I'm just making sure because I didn't know if I had to roll it and then because it says D8, whatever. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
In any
so
time
the-
in a spell or power description it says that, it's usually the number value.
Okay. Gonna take out the cards. Gonna go ahead and shuffle them up. I'm gonna blast one in the face with a thrown card.
Go for
I
it.
can only hit one at a time, correcto? I actually want to try and hit 2 of them. Right? I can
All right,
do
so
that.
-2 to the. So
Spellcasting.
it's -2 to hit. Would you like to spend 3 power points so that you do 3d6 damage as opposed to 2d6 damage?
I don't have any power points. That's right. But I can spend bennies to get more. Right?
You can recover power points with bennies.
All of them.
No, it is 5.
Okay.
Yes.
5 is good though.
Yeah,
I
remember,
have
you
a-
didn't spend any power points on that last spell because Mammalian. No,
No,
Mammalian
that was
spends it.
that was
more.
Mammalian's power.
I
Yeah.
have. That's right. Okay, so I have enough.
Yeah, go for it. Roll it. Three
Okay.
3 power points and shoot.
So I get first one's a 7, and then the second attack is a rerollable thing with a Benny because that sucked. It's a 4,
A 4 hits.
but I'm at a -2
Not-
because I took 2 shots.
Oh, you took 2 shots. Yeah, so the 4 misses, but the first
Yeah.
one hits. And what was the total of the
Yes.
first one?
It was 7.
7.
I
All
thought it
right.
was 7. Yeah, because
3d6 damage. Roll it, Bob.
So I do get to do this. Yes. Well, total of 11.
All right. One of them goes away,
Poof.
leaving 2 left to come after Leslie, and the other one, sort of, the horse disappears underneath it. it's coming for Sister May. So, Leslie, it attacks you with its claws. It hits you, but does not get a raise. So it will do 9 versus your toughness. So that is a wound, and you are shaken, my friend.
Okay. About to make this.
Do you have any bennies left, Bob?
I do. I can try and soak, right?
You can try and
Yes.
soak. Yes.
Okay.
So that is a vigor
Two more
roll.
bennies left. I have all the vigor.
So your vigor is a D6 plus a D6 for being a wild card.
4.
All right, you take no wounds and you are fine.
Even at a -2?
You don't have
Yeah,
a -2 for that.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Okay. Cool.
Sister May, you hear the warbling howl just echo off the walls as this thing comes at you with its claws. But you have your holy symbol up, correct?
I do.
Don't think I didn't think of that. But I'm reacting like the monster would react. All right. So, I have to make a spirit test, correct?
Yes.
Any penalties?
2.
All right, well, I got a 10. It can attack you?
Mhm.
All right, Sister May, it hits you with a raise. 3, 6, 9. So it's up 3. It just shakes you. You guys have time to go one more round, or should we pick that up in next time?
I'll leave it up to my.
Do I get to try and soak for a shake, or is that just?
Nope.
Okay.
You can spend a Benny though to get rid of the shaken.
I do. Can I do that now, or do I have to wait for my turn?
No, you can do that now.
Okay.
Yeah, you can recover from shaken. This is instant and be done at any time. All right, so here we go. Last round. There are 3. One is in the tunnel with Sister May. One is on Leslie, and the other one reforms next to Ada. Ada. Ace of diamonds. Leslie, 3 of diamonds. Wickers, 7 of spades. Sister May, 8 of spades. And my ace of spades is what I meant. And I'm getting 3s and 4s this whole draw for these guys. 3 of clubs.
Addie stacked the deck while she was there.
I just shuffled. Sister May, you are up first. What do you do?
That's super exciting. Can I boost my strength to try and hit these skulls harder?
You would probably want to boost your fighting.
Okay. I want to boost my fighting.
And then do you want to hit them as well? Because that would give you a -2 to both rolls, but allow you to do both.
Yes.
Go for it.
Okay. Lost my die. I got a 5 on my faith, because that's what I roll for the.
Yes, is that with a
boost.
-2?
Hmm?
Is that with the -2?
No,
So you might want to spend a Benny on this one.
I do. That doesn't help me. I've got another one. Oh, that's better.
What'd you get on your spellcasting check? Or your favorite?
A 6, so with the -2 it's 4.
All right, your fighting goes up by 1 die type to a D8. Then give me the roll, D8 and a D6.
-2.
Ooh! What happens when they're both aces?
You just keep rolling.
On both of
You
them?
get to re-roll both of
Yep.
them.
Cool!
Cherry JD might be best JD.
So 16 then on.
All right, JD, strength. plus D4 plus a D6. Sister May, yes, thank you, Restar. JD is always the best JD.
Also +4 still from Smite.
And +4 from Smite.
Oh, good.
Holy cow.
Always remember your statics.
Oh, that's another ace. Do I get to reroll on the damage?
Keep
too?
rolling.
You get, in Savage Worlds, you always keep re-rolling.
What?
18. Is that okay?
Ruler.
With that, the last of the skulls smash. And the other three horsemen disappear. And as this feeling of oppressive dread begins to lift, you guys know that you've helped the miners, but you've also may have set Heaston against you. And yet, before we go, sometime in the middle of last night, you were right, Samuel. Just as you said. Oh, I know. Did you find it where I told you? Yeah. I've got it right here. Well then, open the box. We've been holding on to it for 17 years. Open the box.
What's in the box?
And the howl as Hayes returns from the dead echoes off the bench. That's where we'll pause for tonight, and we will be back not this week, but next 2 weeks. Next week is 4th of July. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. We will be back in 2 weeks with the next installment of the horror at Heaston Hill. Check out all of the other shows on Iconic Production. We're off tomorrow night for Torg, but we will be here for Behind the Screen at 10 a.m. We'll be here on Thursday for Behind the Screen, and next week we will be back with more of the Fet 5 and the Infernus Gamble. And go check out Kickstarter. Pinnacle has a Kickstarter right now for Savage Pathfinder, which is amazing. And they've got Advanced Player's Guide and Curse of the Crimson Throne on Kickstarter right now. Go check it out. If you like what we do and you like what we're showing, go over to Pinnacle's website. They have Horror at Heaston Hill available. Deadlands is available. Savage Worlds. Like, check this out. This is a wonderful game. We went through in 2 hours 2.5 combats, as well as had a long season of role-playing. This game is fast, it's furious, and we love it. So, until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay gaming. I'm Marshall JM. This is the Headstone Posse. Cheers, wildcards. We'll see you all in 2 weeks.